And the award for worst movie of 2023 goes to Spider-Man Lotus! Okay, what is it, my veggies? My name is BTR, and if you couldn't tell, we're reviewing the Spider-Man fan film, Spider-Man Lotus, which came out recently, and I just watched it last night, and I have a lot of thoughts. But before we get into that, I do want to go ahead and say one thing. We're judging this movie just on the movie alone. I know there was some stuff that happened with the director and the actors that was controversial. We're not going to get into all that. We're just judging the movie on its own as a movie. And with that being said, if even if the controversial stuff didn't happen, I feel like people still wouldn't enjoyed this movie because it is bad. But for consistency, let's read the synopsis. And this movie actually doesn't have a Rotten Tomatoes page. I wasn't able to find one, at least. So we're going to be going through IMDb this time. So let's go ahead and just read this off. Peter Parker, who is struggling to recover from the loss of Gwen Stacy I can't read that. Contemplating, that's the word, hanging up the suit for good until he receives a letter from a terminal ill child requesting that Spider-Man pay him a visit before he passes away. That's the synopsis that IMDb gives me, and my goodness, I knew about this movie a while ago, and actually looked like a pretty ambitious project, and looked like it was going to be something very interesting. But with that being said, though, this movie, there's no other words to say besides bad. It's a bad film, and there's a lot that goes into that. One, let me try to say some positives. The movie starts out pretty decent, I'd say. The VFX in this, even though, like, obviously for a fan film, they're pretty darn decent for a fan film. But with that being said, everything else about this movie is pretty bad. The acting is not really that great. Scenes are stretched out forever. There are literally only 2 action sequences in this whole movie. And there are so many stretched out scenes of emotional beats that just feel so out of place. And I legit just it's I don't even know what to say at this point. Like, this movie overall is just bad. It's like this might as well have been called Peter Parker. They should have called it, because like there's barely any Spider-Man in this movie, and there is extended scenes with Spider-Man. It's literally just Spider-Man hanging out with this kid, and also the backstory they give him in this is like really weird. And Peter Parker is so unlikable in this movie. And it's so frustrating to even talk about. Like, it's just like my positive. Some people had a problem with the suit. I thought the suit was fine. I thought that was actually looked pretty decent. And I had thought this movie could actually not be as bad as everyone was saying it is. It's like, it could at least just be decent. But no, it's not even that. Like, the movie is just overall. Like, and the thing is, like, the cinematography in this, like, looks pretty good. But the thing is, like, I've seen, and this movie had like a $100,000 budget, which is a lot for a fan film. But I've seen better Spider-Man fan films, and one that I actually will talk about in the future. But Spider-Man Lotus is literally just a movie that I don't know. One of the biggest problems is how long it drags, and it just doesn't feel like a Spider-Man movie. Like, it's just not the best in my opinion. I think the movie could have done something really interesting with. I know there's like limit with a fan film of what they can do when it comes to action and stuff, but the action scene in this they're not the best. But they're all right, but everything else is just like, and even at points some of the action is a little like, but like I don't know. Like the acting, the lack of really much Spider-Man elements, a lot of the movie just has a bunch of factors that just do not work. And I just can't bring myself to say that this movie is good in the slightest. Like, I don't know, like it's just bad. It's pretty bad. Uh I don't even know what else to say because it's just to that. Let's go ahead and just get to the rating point. I'll talk more on IMDb because like, obviously where there's a 3.4 out of 10 on IMDb. Me personally, I said it's the worst movie I've seen here. And the only reason why I'm gonna even give it this is because of the opening being all right, and the VFX not being terrible. They're just for a fan film. I'm gonna have to give it a 1 out of 5. Yeah, that's how much I didn't like this movie. It's bad. It's bad. I don't really have much else to say, but that's it's bad. Like it's just like so much less like poor execution, bad acting, drawn out scenes. That's just like, and so much like just moping in this movie. Like that's like a big chunk of it. Like it's a lot of moping, and I I don't like that. And I was like, oh, it's a fan film, so it's gonna be bad. No, I've seen genuinely good fan films. Like I reacted to one on the channel of a Life is Strange. Obviously, Life is Strange and Spider-Man are not in the same playing field, but still, that was good. And like, I do want to review that eventually because I have done a reaction and I want to actually review it. But anyway, but I don't know what else to really say about this movie at this point. I don't really know what to say at this point about this movie. It's bad, like to a painstakingly degree. Like it's just such a slog to get through too. Like the movie is just a slog to get through, and I just didn't like the movie. And if you enjoyed it, I'm surprised because like now I haven't really heard any positives about this movie like, at all, really. But if you enjoyed it, hey, more power to you, I'd say. At least you can enjoy it where most people can't. Um, but that's really all I've got to say for this review, guys. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments section. Do you think Spider-Man Lotus is as bad as everyone says it is, or do you think it's just being blown out of proportion? The movie's bad. It's definitely the worst movie I've seen so far this year, but you guys, if you guys want to see me review more fan films in the future, let me know because I'd love to check out some more. I like watching fan films. I reviewed a few on the channel in the past, and I'd love to check out some more. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section of this movie. Maybe we'll do like a reaction later down the road with like some other people, and we'll react to the movie on the channel. But right now, I do not want to rewatch this movie right now. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!